Hi, Deepti, Daphne again. You are working hard today. Well done sending in another essay for correction. And you've done well on this one. I could see how you've developed it more. So you've just allowed yourself to go in a bit deeper into the arguments, which does help on the coherence. We're getting on to the kind of maximum length you want to be, which is about 400. You can come down from here, but it's really good what you've done because you can see how the arguments just flow a bit better. It just is a bit more developed. So experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether the use, careful here, the use of the use of the internet and technology for whether the use of internet technology for language translation has a more negative impact on our learning capacity, or rather than provide ease, I would go simply facilitates business and travel communication. So facilitate is to make something easier. Simply facilitates business and travel communication. This essay will discuss both sides. Okay, that's lovely. Good. On one hand, there is ample evidence that online translation sources. I think you're okay to repeat applications or tools is another one you could use. Come with particular advantages and people can understand greater level of. Instead of sources, I would go authentic material and speech or communication around the world published in their local language. Good. So authentic material is a nice way for newspapers, uh, anything, TV, whatever, but I'm just avoiding repetition of sources there. Central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, reading newspapers and exploring research papers in foreign languages which people do not know. Okay, why don't you go in unknown foreign languages? So instead of this one, which people do not know, which is okay, but we could get that all into unknown. Yeah, do you see what we're doing? So it's just a bit neater. Allows us them to widen their knowledge. Secondly, businessmen would be able to read and understand international news. Oh, instead of read and understand, because we just had reading newspapers before, why don't we have access international news published in a country's native language, which could be beneficial for their industry. Good, interesting. For example, recent empirical research by the British government about students studying automobile engineering has revealed that software translation was quite helpful to them to make a comprehensive study. Instead of research there, I put study about the automotive industry, which included, just past simple there because it's like done. References from German sources as well as English or apart from English. Okay, that is really nice. Be careful on articles. The and a. Be really, really careful. It's something that we're picking up on quite a lot. Just revise that, especially with the use with some of these strange ones that look singular but are plural or look plural but are singular. It's usually the more abstract nouns. It must not be forgotten that although computers have made document translation instant, it's also been seen that people are using mobile applications for the mobile translation applications. You need to put in translation as opposed to just WhatsApp for their private conversations as well. Therefore, it's conclusively clear that technology-based translation, helps people in their business, education, and daily conversations. Good, really nice. So you could put here language because you've got translation there. On the other hand, although there's a case for instant translation, okay, rather than putting in this because we're saying this quite a lot, okay, although there's a case for, why don't you just go simply instant results over learning over years of traditional Yeah. Again, what we're trying to do is just clean it up a tiny bit. It's very, very good what you're writing, but we're just trying to take out the surplus repetition. So that could go. The negative impact of these applications cannot be overstated. Okay, this is largely because computers cannot be, rather than could not, I would just simply go cannot be programmed for regional variations of languages. Therefore, may, you don't need it, just go may come out with wrong outputs or yes, wrong results. Or yeah, for example, it's common for Bing Translator to translate the personal pronoun incorrectly. Yes, again, I think this is a little bit lengthy. It's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But you could clear it here, which could have serious, offensive, albeit comic implications. Okay, so what you're saying is, yes, I might be really upset if that happened. Actually, it might be quite funny. So you can put that here. So serious, offensive, albeit comic implications. So quite nice language there. Additionally, if the internet crashes, now it's the and capital I, always with the internet. Make sure you get that right. Comes up a lot. People might be, not would be, might or may be like in a war without weapons, and again, could, would, might need language skills. This final sentence for me doesn't quite work because you said consequently, although translation apps are not perfect, the side effects can be negligible. Now, negligible means they're not important, but here you've told me they are important. So I think you want are not negligible. So, okay, so negligible is like the opposite of serious consequences, and you are using a double negative. So that is okay, but be careful of this word because it's one of those tricky ones. From the arguments examples given, I firmly believe that although there are some disadvantages, the role of software-based translations is much more beneficial to students and businessmen, as it is already giving them new avenues for keeping themselves updated with all global trends. Okay, now much more. If you have much more, then much more than what? That is a comparative structure, and you're not giving me the other half. So you could have there instead of that infinitely. Oops. Infinitely beneficial. That means like extremely. You could have that. Uh, and then the use of these applications will increasingly grow in importance. Good. Okay, that's fantastic. Really, really nice essay. You've done very well there. And by developing it a bit more, for me, it works a lot better. Your sort of task achievement, you've really gone into the arguments, you've really sort of thought about it. It flows very well, so your cohesion is excellent. Very nice language. The only grammar thing we're picking up are those articles and the odd tenses, so just watch out for the articles especially. Job application letter, this is really nice as well. So, dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing to express my sincere interest. I'm not sure I would use sincere. It doesn't sound very natural. Just my interest in the position of systems engineer. That was advertised in the Times. Yeah, that's fine. I have a bachelor's degree in engineering, so capital E there, and 2 years of experience working under the direct supervision of a certified system engineer who taught me a lot in this field. I would go actually who has taught me, because like you haven't finished learning. So I do present perfect there. This hands-on experience qualifies me to take on this position and gives me the training and skills that your company is searching for in an applicant. Good. I would come down here. Additionally, I believe I have the skills to implement and manage the software and hardware solutions for your IT systems. In the event of systems failure, I have the knowledge and training needed to assist in the recovery process. Okay, let me just check how long this is. Yeah, okay. You kind of don't really need that sentence. It's a little bit technical. But I've added in this here. Rather than I'm amazing, which is like I have, I have, I have, I have. It's just a little bit kind of not very exciting. You could have my previous employers have remarked on the fact that my visualization, models, and outstanding problem-solving skills are useful, or okay, no, maybe not. My previous employers have remarked on the fact that I possess, let's go possess instead of have, the visualization, models, and outstanding problem-solving skills needed to imagine what could be causing a particular problem and to find a solution. Okay, so I think you probably don't need all this as well as all this. Yeah? So you've got problem skill, what could be causing a particular maybe issue, and stop there. Okay, I think this is too much repetition on what you just had above. I'm confident, then here I would have a new paragraph come in there. I'm confident that I would be an asset to your system support team. And so connect this, and I hope that you will consider me, just go infinitive there, worthy candidate for this position. Okay. So then I would go, kindly find and attach my CV, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't put that. I would leave that, and I will put this in here. That bit I would bring down here. Okay, I think that is a better layout. Not that. I think that can go. So sorry, I think all that bit can go. I think that is a better final sentence, and then yours faithfully. Okay, so really nice letter. It's just a little bit too too many words, too much repetition. Keep to the facts, and rather than just going I, by putting in here my previous employers have remarked on the fact, you can put in some different tenses, and even you can show off a passive tense if you can, just to vary it, just mix it up a bit. Otherwise, very nice responses and great work.